Hi, I'm Rachel Kaplan. I'm the creator and the host of the podcast, The Healing Feeling Shit Show. I'm also a psychotherapist practicing in the San Francisco Bay Area for the last 13 years. But really, I've been relentlessly studying and walking the path of healing since I was a young teenager about 25 years ago. This journey led me all over the world to study the cutting-edge approaches in Western psychotherapy, as well as the ancient spiritual approaches of Far East Asian religions, and then some. This podcast is my offering of the most effective and transformational tools that I've harvested in that journey. We live in a culture that's funded by an economy that's indoctrinating us to avoid uncomfortable and painful human emotions through consumption. Whether it's eating, drinking, and drugs, shopping online, reading the internet, we're caught in an addictive and destructive cycle of numbness, constant distraction, and repression, all because we don't know how to have our hard feelings. Think about it. Could someone be healthy if they ate food every day but never pooped? Of course not, right? It's so obvious. And similarly, we can't live in this world bombarded by the intense emotional stimulation day in, day out, and not have our feelings. Take the letter E off of the word emotion, and what do you have? Motion. Feelings need to move.
I am Scott Ferreter. I am a songwriter. I'm one half of the Feelings Parade, which is a duo that cruises around, makes space for people to feel more deeply into themselves and what it is to be alive. I also work with You're Going to Die, which is a creatively conscious mortality movement, which is another way of saying we host amazing events where people get together and express themselves through the portal of the fact that we are all going to die. And I edit and do all of the music for the Healing Feeling Shit Show. If people feel more deeply into their own feelings and what's true for them, so many things will become better on an individual and societal level.
What this emotional crisis has led to is people walking around anxious, depressed, checked out with imposter syndrome, which is basically the terror that you're going to be exposed for being less than you are. And in this case, it's less happy, less perfect than our Instagram feeds make us look. More devastatingly, there are incidences of people committing suicide, dying through overdose, and even mass murders. Again, because people don't know how to handle their hard feelings. These tragedies can be reduced by dismantling the pervasive cultural shame surrounding emotional pain, and also by educating people on how to deal effectively with their pain, what I'm lightheartedly calling emotional potty training. Enter the Healing Feeling Shit Show. The first season of 12 episodes includes effective and useful skills on how to feel or move your feelings, a deep dive into why are we all so wounded in the first place, excerpts from over 6 hours of interviews that I've conducted with my clients about this work, and live unscripted therapy. And each episode, of course, will have a hilarious poop story. Ongoing episodes will also include interviews with healing experts, more live therapy, and tons of time for question and answers from people engaging in their shit show at home, learning how to have their feelings.
I think that this gives a lot of actual instruction for how to do things that I'd say, at this point, at least in this part of the world, seems like everybody's aware that it's a good idea to process emotions, it's a good idea to process their biases and process their traumas. Without having guidance for that, I think it just usually goes to the back burner over and over and over. And so for me, from the editing standpoint, even just sitting back there and doing that and doing all of the recording, I'm getting more of a step-by-step sense for how I would actually go about taking on the project of stepping more fully into who I am.
Are you sick of faking it? Feeling anxious and depressed, like you have to put up a front that you're happy all the time? Put it down. Join the feelings movement. You won't regret it. This work will change your life. This is possible. I've lived it And I've supported tons of clients in this transformation. And through this, I promise you're going to experience what I call emotional resilience, which I think is the new happy. If you're excited to join the feelings movement and create emotional resilience, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and you can also email me, especially if you have a hilarious poop story about 3 minutes long. That information will be coming up in a moment. Come along, join the feelings movement. Let's flesh it out together. This is the Healing Feeling Shit Show.